बोलो, नागराज ने भेज भी दिया। बहुत ठंडा नहीं है एसी? ये आगे वाला तो बंद कर दो एटलीस्ट। ये दिखाओ ये वाला आंसर इस पे स्क्रीन पे। हम्म। So in your example, when you are writing, you people keep writing. Wherever there is fire, there is smoke. So put underline and write. This is hetu, है ना? Because ultimately this is hetu and this is सादे कहीं ना कहीं एक mention होना चाहिए differentiation. Yeah, differentiate types of analysis, summation, example, higher, tests. Always write examples in all the 6. छोटे छोटे में लिखो लेकिन examples should be there. Like that you have done in Anvay, Keval Anvay, Keval Vyatireki and Anvay Vyatireki. Good. Very good. Good answer. Very good. I mark only good answers. क्रिटिसिज्म है, टाइप्स हैं। अभी देखो इसमें दिख जाएगा, किसी ना किसी बच्चे ने तो अच्छा लिखा ही होगा। Online people, please submit your answers. बाकी सबसे ले लो, बहुत टाइम हो गया. देखो, now I will, from today our lecture also starts by highlighting how we can save the space and how we can concise our answers, because from now on you will realize you will have very large content and you will not be able to compress it in 1, 2 or 3 pages. Hai na? This will start your problem. So in this answer, can you just write classical Indian philosophy? न्याय defines व्यक्ति. अरे क्या हो गया? नाम तो लिख दो, नाम लिखने दो, नाम तो लिखने दो. Defines व्याप्ति through हेतु and साध्य, which is logic. What I did? क्या किया मैंने इसमें इंट्रोडक्शन में? Short and crisp. Nyaya philosophy is one of the classical Indian philosophy. Classical Indian philosophy, Nyaya. सीधा. Defines vyapti through hetu and sadhe, which is logical ground and nerve. इसको भी हम आसानी से लिख सकते हैं. Inference or vyapti, which is the logical nerve center of inference, is a concomitant, necessary, universal relation between hetu and sadhe. It is more informative rather than this, because in it the definition also comes in. है ना? Okay. Types of vyapti. But types of vyapti, was it asked? Maybe a little mention. This was not asked. So out of context. Then different methods of, very good. Can you see the presentation? Very good. From itself, from the chart itself, I know student has read. उसे आता है. तो जब student को आता है तो examiner बहुत ध्यान से check करता है क्या? Will the examiner will be reading between? No. Example also. Very good. Not incomplete relation. It should be written as contrary instances. Here you should have rest wet fuel. Example आना चाहिए था. Smoke and fire. Example. Give the statement. क्या होगा? If there is no, given है, मैंने समझाया है. If there is no smoke, if there is no fire, there is no smoke. मतलब फायर ही नहीं, कॉज ही नहीं है, इफेक्ट कैसे आ गया? So much space not to be wasted. किसने दिया है? नागराज. नागराज, you can very much write in very concise manner. You can say वेदांत बुद्धिज्म, इसे लिखने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. You can directly say Vedant accepted first 4 conditions to establish Vyapti. Khatam. While Buddhism also accepted Vyapti as Anubhav It means rather they do not accept vyapti because it is not possible as it is a अभी हम करेंगे जब हम nominal या फिर इसको समझ लो यहीं से समझ लो. So vyapti, why don't Buddhism accept vyapti? Because they believe in momentariness as well as pratitya samutpat. Now everything is related in a chain of cause and effect. Everything is related in a chain of cause and effect. Can there be any permanent universal relation acceptable to Buddhism? No, because everything is kshanik. There cannot be anything permanent and universal. Therefore, if nothing is permanent and universal, can the relation between hetu and sadhya be universal and permanent? No. If this is not permanent, will they accept vyapti? No. So that is why we can just write in this whole thing can be concised in Vedanta has accepted only first 4 methods of establishing vyapti, while Buddhism rejects vyapti as it cannot be formed as things are momentary and non-permanent. Simple. Criticism. Very good. Is it a good answer? Well, of course, there are problems. But otherwise, criticism is written, proper conclusion is written. Here also comparison is written, but it could be concised. This is also written. Nice. Good effort. Very good effort. But it can be improved. Oh. अब मुझे लग रहा है सब बंद करना पड़ेगा, बहुत बच्चे हो गए. ऑनलाइन वाले बच्चे, पता है ऑनलाइन में पता है कितने बच्चे हैं? एक आंसर आया है. This batch is 300 plus. Other people are not giving their answers. This means they are not working hard. This also means you have a good chance. Okay, who's it? किसका है तो ये पन्ना? हर्ष. गुड. हेतु एंड साध्य अलग से मेंशन किए हैं. संजना. Examples are not there, Sanjana. Haan. You see examples in each one? Okay. But you can do better. पता है आप लोगों ने यहाँ पे सबने सम और असम व्याप्ति क्यों लिखी है? नोट्स में लिखा था. This is what happens when you read notes but don't apply. Kamal. ये कौन है? पार्थ. Okay, good. Good. Criticism, why less criticism? Time. You know why? Tell me why. You have to concise this. All this has to, it's a good information. It's not a wrong information. But it is not directly. Is the question on directly on Anumiti? So whenever you have problem, right, I'll tell you one tool. Very important tool to check your own answers. Just give your friend, or you yourself read your answer without looking at the question. Don't look at the question, or give your friend only your answer and ask them what must be the question of this answer. इसको फाड़ दूं क्या? अच्छा, पर सबको पता ही है, छोड़ो, अभी तो क्वेश्चन सबको पता ही है ना. लेकिन अगर ये आंसर हम किसी को देंगे, वेरी गुड आंसर, वेरी गुड इंफॉर्मेशन, रादर नॉट गुड आंसर, वेरी गुड इंफॉर्मेशन. बट अगर हम ये आंसर किसी को देंगे तो वो सबसे पहले क्या बोलेगा? क्वेश्चन इज ऑन व्याप्ति, अनुमिति and method of establishing. What is it, the question that you need to correct, but otherwise good, very good. लोगों ने कितने कितने पेज भर दिए. नहीं नहीं, उन्होंने देखो कितना बढ़िया आंसर लिखा है. अरे क्या नाम है बच्चे? भरत, show your answers. निखिल, ओके, क्रिटिसिज्म नहीं है. ये कौन है? क्या मिसिंग है? प्रेजेंटेशन सबसे पहले तो. किसका है ये? शॉर्ट नोट्स है. ये इसकी कॉपी है. What is the question? What should be the question to this answer? Tell me. So space बढ़ाने के लिए कुछ भी करेंगे. जो रियल, तुम पता है रियल क्वेश्चन तक तो पहुंचे ही नहीं. Because time and space is the, अरे वो लगाओ ना, आंसर्स लगाओ यहाँ पे, मैं दे दूंगी, तुम आंसर लगाओ. किसके? गुड, बट क्रिटिसिज्म नहीं. ये कौन है? रोहित, राज, राय. Too cluttered. Presentation not good. किसका है? कहाँ है रोहित राय? Presentation needs to be improved. दिनकुर, दिनकुर, दिनकर. अरे वाह, दिनकर. दिनकर की कोई कविता आती है? नहीं. अरे रश्मि रथी तो आती होगी. नहीं आती? कुछ भी नहीं आती? अरे यू शुड नो. बहुत बहुत अच्छी कविता है उनकी, रश्मि रथी की. किसी ने सुनी है? सुनाओ, किसी को आती है? वर्षों वन में घूम घूम, बाधा विघ्नों को चूम चूम. कुछ और निखर, कुछ और निखर है. देखें आगे क्या होता है. बहुत बढ़िया. So your name is Dinkar. You should learn at least 2 अरे वाह, पारव का संदेश आला है। और किस, अच्छा कौन यहाँ पे स्टेज पे आके बोल सकता है? आओ, यू नो इट ना? कोई सुना सकता है? कल सुनाओगे? चल मंडे, मंडे नॉट कल, मंडे। दिनकर तुम्हें सुनानी है इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन। सिट। ओके ओके। You people are writing too much. That is why you are not even able to, Zubin, you are not able to reach to the requirement of the question, क्योंकि आप लोगों को लगता है पहले तो हम बेकार बातें लिख दें, अंत में टॉपिक पे आएंगे। एंड दैट इज व्हाई टॉपिक पे आधे आधे तक इतना टाइम हो गया कि क्रिटिसिज्म भी नहीं लिख पाए, कंपैरिजन भी नहीं लिख पाए, जो कि जरूरत थी, क्योंकि पहले सम असम व्याप्ति एंड ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स यू वर एक्सटेंडिंग एंड वेस्टिंग योर टाइम इन। सत्यम, क्वेश्चन बताओ क्या है तुम्हारे आंसर का? दिस इज गुड। किसकी कॉपी है? हाँ, द वे यू हैव प्रेजेंटेड अनवे व्यतिरेकी एक्सेट्रा, गुड। अनामिका, अनामिका, okay, but needs to be improved. Aman, same, criticism is not there. चलो, okay, fine. अच्छा, ये तो हो गया ना? ये किसी और की हैंड राइटिंग है। Yeah, why don't you people, what do you say? Huh? Criticism of Vyapti. So, Vyapti has been criticized by Charvak. All the criticism which we have written in Charvak will be applicable here. All of them will be applicable here. Secondly, Vyapti has been criticized by Buddhism or Buddha, where Buddhism rather, not Buddha, Buddhism, whereby they say that Vyapti cannot be formed because Vyapti is based on universal and necessary relation between Hetu and Sadhya. Whereas according to Buddhism, there can be nothing permanent and universal because everything is momentary. Therefore, they say that Vyapti cannot be formed. Yes, Upadhi Neras. So what is Upadhi? Upadhi is the conditional. Basically, the relation between Hetu and Sadhya should not be conditional. It should be unconditional. If the relation is unconditional, then the Vyapti can be formed. If there is a condition like wet fuel, अगर हमने यहाँ पे हेतु रखा fire और यहाँ पे हमने साध्य रखा smoke, what is problem? Because fire will produce smoke only if it is associated with wet fuel. If it is dry fuel, there will be no smoke. Therefore, this cannot be formed as Vyapti. There cannot be Vyapti. But wherever there is smoke, smoke as Hetu and fire as Sadhya. Now, wherever there will be smoke, there will be fire. It is not dependent on any condition. Because जहां जहां smoke है, जहां जहां धुआं है, वहां वहां आग होगी. According to Nyaya, body gets pleasure and pain. So what is the purpose of soul in human body? The purpose of human soul, the purpose of soul in human body is to get knowledge and get liberated. Ultimately, to find its path through liberation is the ultimate purpose. All Indian philosophies except Charvak are teleological. Teleological means there is a purpose. And all of them except Charvak focuses on suffering. All of them, this is a generic thought. If by any chance you don't know the bondage liberation of anybody, मतलब ऐसा हुआ तुम भूल गए पढ़ना philosophy, ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए, हो गया. So these generic things also are very helpful. So all Indian philosophers except Charvak will talk about suffering. And suffering is of how many kinds? 3 kinds. पढ़ी थी हमने, सांख्य में पढ़ी थी ना, आध्यात्मिक, आदि भौतिक और आदि देविक. 3 kinds of suffering. And after suffering, this means there will be a vicious cycle of what? Rebirth and death. People will get birth, people will die. Within this, what will be operational? Karma theory. Karma theory will be operational. Now, do you even good karmas create karma? They will also give results, and bad karma, they will also give results or bad results. Now, all of these to come out, and what enjoys or what does the action? Body. कौन करता है action? Body ही action करती है. Pleasure और pain कहाँ होता है? Pain, pleasure, all of this is because there is body. Therefore, nearly all philosophies will talk about first reduction of karmas, है ना? Barring few. वेदांत में जो 2-4 हैं वो good karmas पे focus करेंगे. Apart from that, nearly all of them focus that the account of karma should be 0. And then your liberation process starts. What is liberation? Separation of body and soul. Because soul को हमेशा ये लोग क्या मानते हैं? Pure. सारी problem कहाँ है? Body. And the moment they separate, the person becomes liberated. Now the liberation can be positive or negative. Any example of positive liberation? Jainism, है ना? Mahayana Buddhism is also positive liberation. Negative liberation? Hinayan, Sankhya, Yoga, now even Nyaya, Vaisheshika, all of these are negative conception of liberation. Common funda, bondage liberation. Some details, some words will be changing. Most of it remains the same. अंकित आंसर्स दिखाओ, कहाँ हो? नहीं है इसमें. एक्सप्लेन को, ये तो वही है, सेम आंसर है. ओके फाइन. हम लोगों ने हेतुवाभास कर लिया था. सोल तक हमारा कंप्लीट हो गया. आज हमें गॉड करना है ना. फाइल करप्ट. अरे यार तुम लोग वायरस भेज रहे हो ऑनलाइन बच्चों. ऑनलाइन फाइल्स चेक नहीं करूंगी मैं अगर ऐसे करोगे तो. व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? ओके देखो, यूज ऑफ द टेक्निकल टर्म परवेशन मैंने लिखवाया था नोट्स पे. ओके गुड, बट इसको कंसाइज होना चाहिए. और isn't it? What handwriting, what presentation with examples, isn't it? If now Now compare your own copies. Look at your own copies. And imagine examiner has one copy like this and one your copy. Logic. Don't give me excuses. Excuses, no excuses. Time, is it okay? You have to write it in limited time, but still. Not required. Okay. The conclusion is not making sense. But apart from that, presentation is good. This is for you. This is for all of you. अभी भी जिसका खून ना खोला वो खून नहीं पानी है. आगे जो भी लिखा था. ओके फाइन, रहने दो, नहीं आए. छोड़ो छोड़ो, बाद में कर लेना, आप काट दो. ओके हाँ. No. You have to tell about it, because what is Vyapti? And it should come in introduction itself. Vyapti is the nerve center of, or the logical ground for, inference, which is one of the pramans accepted by the classical orthodox school of Nyaya. Simple, short and crisp. You have told किस philosophy की बात हो रही है? न्याय की. न्याय क्या है? ऑर्थोडॉक्स. उसमें उसने इन्फ्रेंस को तो क्या माना है? प्रमाण. प्रमाण जब माना है तो इस प्रमाण का लॉजिकल सेंटर या फिर नर्व सेंटर क्या है? व्याप्त. आपने सब बता दिया. You placed the vyapti in the overall system, and then you start explaining vyapti. Then you next paragraph you start writing about vyapti. What is vyapti? Vyapti is the necessary, logical, universal, concomitant relation between hetu and sadhe. Then you write the example, and you show what is hetu, what is sadhe. And with this you have established what is vyapti. And now you tell that what are the various methods accepted by Nyaya school to establish vyapti, with all the examples and proper presentation. And then you also write about one chart only. What are the various kinds of vyaptis, or even the how vyapti, the classification of inference based on types of establishment of vyapti, है ना? केवल अन्वयी, अन्वयी, व्यतिरेकी, छोटे से में बिल्कुल बस mention किया. And then you move on to the comparison. You compare it with किससे करेंगे? वेदांत. And you also talk about the Buddhist view, and you can then move on to the criticism. You write the criticism by Charvak and any other school, maybe Vedant, and then conclusion. What will you conclude? You should talk about the importance of inference and establishment of vyapti. You should say that Nyaya's defense of vyapti is very essential to defend the attacks of Charvak on inference, because all our knowledge, thoughts, actions, हमने चारवाक में एक लाइन लिखी थी, all study, thoughts, actions, this, that are based on inference. Denial of inference is denial to think at all. Isn't it a good conclusion? It is summarizing the importance of vyapti itself. Is it difficult to write in time-bound manner? Only requirement is revision and clarity in your structure. You know, I'll tell you one thing. Officers are not the smartest. They are not the most well-read. They are not the most, more knowledge will be with the person who is more academic. A professor will always hold more knowledge than any officer. They are not subject matter experts in anything. But what do they know? One thing which is very different from others is structure. Structure is very much required. If you cannot structure your thoughts, your instructions will always be ambiguous. People will not be able to understand. कहना क्या चाह रहे हो यार? मान लिया आप बॉस हो, माननी तो पड़ेगी, लेकिन कहना क्या चाह रहे हो? This is why it's a very essential quality that with smartness, with basic intelligence, with basic reading and etc. There is one more quality, objectivity. हमें कैसा आंसर लिखना है? जैसा क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है. We just have to answer the question. Or should we write what we know? You know, academics or generally people want to show what they know, even if it doesn't answer the question. But as an officer, you should be able to answer the question. It's not about your show off. It's not about whether you are not very sure about what that is being asked. नहीं आता तो छोटा लिख दो. लेकिन लिखना क्या है? जो आता है, मतलब जो पूछा गया है. बेसिकली जो पूछा है वो हमें जरूर लिखना है. उसके बाद आपके अंदर जो एक्स्ट्रा जो भी आपको पता है, if you have space and time, put it. Fine. But जब तक आपने एड्रेस नहीं किया है क्वेश्चन को, तब तक उसके मार्क्स नहीं मिले. Simple. Objectivity has to be there. Be objective in your presentation of answers. Completely objective. And even in your preparation, you should be objective. What is objectivity? भाई आता क्या है और मुझे लिखना क्या है, उतना ही तो याद करना है. उसके एक्स्ट्रा की जरूरत है क्या? उसके एक्स्ट्रा सब हमारा ग्रीड, लस्ट है. लेकिन पहले हमारी कमांड किस चीज पे होनी चाहिए? बेसिक्स पे. You see, was it a difficult question? Direct from the notes. But only requirement was that you put this information in a logical structured pattern. Just. But how many of you could do it? You see? No. The structure, in which proper structure was there. क्या सबने बिल्कुल एकदम बढ़िया इंट्रोडक्शन लिखा था? क्या सबने बढ़िया उसी फॉर्मेट में लिखा था जिस फॉर्मेट में चाहिए था? क्या सबने वही क्रिटिसिज्म, कंपैरिजन या कंक्लूजन लिखा था? नहीं. दिस मीन्स कि इंफॉर्मेशन सब थी आपके पास. Information hona is not sufficient. You will also have to work on your writing skills. This was just to emphasize the importance that when you have time, even in your Diwali holidays, keep writing. Okay, fine. So let us come to the concept of God. Nyaya's God. अभी तक हमने न्याय में क्या किया था? Epistemology. In that in epistemology, we did perception, we did inference, we did upman, we did verbal testimony or shabd praman. Fine. After that, we started with metaphysics. Okay. So in metaphysics, we understood the nature of soul. What kind of soul is it? Unconscious and inactive. And it becomes active and conscious only when it gets associated with manas plus body. Only then it becomes conscious. So consciousness is the essential quality or accidental quality? Accidental quality of soul. Fine. And soul is, how many souls are there? One or many? Many. So pluralistic notion of souls. और कुछ बताओ सोल के बारे में, और क्या है? What else? 6 qualities. What are those 6 qualities? ठीक है, ठीक है. Is it material or immaterial? Immaterial. ठीक है. It is atomic or compound? Atomic. Atomic. Okay. So souls are created by God? No. Created. Eternal. Logic. Can something be created if it is eternal? So जब हमने कह दिया soul eternal है, इसका मतलब not created, isn't it? Okay. It is not limited by space and time. Each body has different soul. Okay. इसके अलावा क्या रह गया? Who is the real knower, agent, and enjoyer? कर्ता, ज्ञाता, and भोक्ता. ये लिखा हुआ है नोट्स में? नहीं लिखा तो लिख लो. लिखा हुआ है? Okay. So self is not the subject of origin and destruction. Of course, ये सब भी eternal की definition ही है. I think this line is also understandable, that self is distinct or different from body, senses, and mind. Understandable? It's not in the notes? हाँ लिख लो. कुछ नहीं ऐसा खास कुछ नहीं. Soul is the कर्ता, भोक्ता, भोक्ता and अरे ये क्या हो रहा है? ये अपने आप ही गायब हो रहा है. ज्ञाता. और अगर इंग्लिश में लिखना हो तो रियल नोअर, रियल एजेंट एंड रियल एंजॉयर. फाइन. हाउ डू वी नो आवर सेल्फ? अकॉर्डिंग टू ओल्ड न्याय स्कूल. ये लिखा था हमने? लिखा हुआ है ना? हाँ. अकॉर्डिंग टू ओल्ड स्कूल थ्रू इन्फरेंस एंड टेस्टिमनी. अकॉर्डिंग टू न्यू न्याय मनः प्रत्यक्ष. ओल्ड मतलब जो गौतम ऋषि ने दी थी, और न्यू मतलब जो कि ऋषि गंगेश ने एस्टैब्लिश की थी. जब हम डेफिनेशन अभी अंत में करेंगे प्रत्यक्ष की, परसेप्शन की, वहां पे आ जाएगा. फाइन. ठीक है. अब गॉड. गॉड कैसा कॉन्सेप्ट होगा यहाँ पे? सोचो. नहीं, सबसे देखो हम गॉड को डिड्यूस करते हैं, है ना? According to Gautam Rishi, he did not emphasize much on the concept of God. But later Nyayikas and later Vaisheshikas gave much more importance to God, and they even gave proofs for existence of God. Earlier, not so important entity, but later it became important entity because accepting God was much more popular according to that times. So now I already told you that in Nyaya they already believe in atoms of 4 kinds. These atoms are eternal. What then after this? Souls are eternal. Manas is also eternal. Space and time are also eternal. कितने हो गए ये? और ether. Ether is also eternal. अब ये सब तो eternal है. Cannot be created and cannot be destroyed. तो भगवान ने तो इन्हें बनाया नहीं है. What is God doing then? If God is not the material cause, then God is only efficient cause. If clay is already there, what can a potter do? Make the pot only, so it can only give the activity. Okay, so this is the material cause. and plus efficient cause. क्या लिख लिया मैंने ये? Efficient cause. What is the efficient cause? God. And it creates Jagat. Now, is the efficient cause or God independent to do or create world in any manner? No. In what manner? According to karma theory. So this means God can create this world only according to the karma theory. कैसे God हो गए? Like only the architect, not even the architect. Architect can plan. है ना? Very very limited role. हाँ, like only a supervisor. है ना? He's just looking at. सब ठीक चल रहा है. सब ठीक चल रहा है बस. Only providing motion at most, isn't it? Is it a very satisfactory conception of God? Of course not. Okay. And now they have accepted. Now Nyayas have accepted 6 qualities also in God. उन्होंने कहा सद ईश्वरे, है ना? सद ऐश्वर्य. यहाँ पे आओ. So God is one. In your notes, God is one, infinite, eternal. Infinite सब चीज के साथ लिख देते हैं. गॉड को इनफाइनाइट नहीं मानोगे तो फाइनाइट थोड़े ना मान लोगे. Okay, space is one or many? Space is one or many? But it is space now, and it is infinite. Similarly, even if God is one, it is infinite. And anything which is infinite can only be one. वो दो हो ही नहीं सकती. Okay. Eternal, omniscient. Omniscient means all knowing, all pervading, possessor of all 6 perfections. सद ईश्वर्य. ऐश्वर्य है ये, पता नहीं मैं क्यों इसे ईश्वर्य बोलती हूँ. ऐश्वर्य. Perfect majesty, perfect power, perfect glory, perfect beauty, perfect knowledge and perfect freedom. तो कैसा भगवान है? वो इनफाइनाइट था. परफेक्ट और इनफाइनाइट में अंतर है. तो बताओ. बस पूछने के लिए. हाँ, ठीक है. All the 6 qualities. Now they have even distinguished between soul. So there is one human soul. Human souls तो बहुत सारी हैं. और एक soul कौन सी है? Supreme soul. अरे आपका कुछ क्वेश्चन था क्या? हाँ. बॉडी और मन का क्या कार्य है? मन का कार्य क्या था? मन का कार्य क्या है? So a body, so soul will become active only when it gets associated with internal sense organ, that is man and body. So body will provide external sense organs and man will provide internal sense organs. When both of these will come in contact with soul, active, conscious. So it is just like, if you understand, it is just like hardware. Right? So when you put USB, computer, everything together, on करते हैं तो एकदम everything becomes animated, just like that. So while consciousness is accidental quality of human soul, but it is essential quality of God. So accidental quality human soul के लिए है, लेकिन essential quality God के लिए. Second, human souls are finite and imperfect, not imperfect, but imperfect, while God is infinite and perfect. Third, ये हमने देख ही लिया. Atom, space, time, ether, mind and souls are co-eternal realities of God, who is wholly an efficient cause of world. अब यहाँ पे चाहो तो ब्रैकेट में लिख लो, not material cause. क्या लिखा हुआ है? not material cause. Therefore, God produces this moral world by rearranging and organizing these eternal material causes so that individual soul can reap fruits of their action. So फाइनाइट इन द सेंस कि ये छोटी है, मतलब सोल अपने आप में उन्होंने इनफाइनाइट मानी है बॉडी के अंदर. हमने कल भी शायद ये करा था विभू के रिस्पेक्ट में. सो ऑल परवेडिंग एंड इनफाइनाइट. इनफाइनाइट उसके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स के लिए एंड ऑल परवेडिंग विद इन दिस बॉडी. Within this body my soul is everywhere. So when in respect of my body we are talking, it is all pervading. But अगर हम सबकी रिस्पेक्ट में देखेंगे तो it is finite because it is fit within a body only. बॉडी के बाहर नहीं है मेरी मतलब मेरी आत्मा इस तरीके से. बट इनके आत्मा के कॉन्सेप्ट में भी बहुत गड़बड़ है, अभी आएगा आगे. God is accepted as creator, sustainer and destroyer. हाँ, अब of course efficient creator. Only efficient creator. So I'll tell you the problem you are facing is because when these people start talking, they always talk in grand words about God, but it doesn't match with the initial philosophy. That is why the contradiction is appearing. So neither the Gautam Muni or neither the the Kanad Rishi who will give the Vaisheshika philosophy, both of them did not give so much importance to concept of God. It was rather only a side subject, but not important for them. They did not explain the whole mechanism of creation and destruction and material and padarth. Did not use God as a entity, but later Nyayikas and later Vaisheshika introduced God into a big format. They started exercising or including the influence of God in all activities. So now when they start to include in all activities, there will be contradictions. And this is those contradictions that we see here. When Gautam Rishi talks about, they give more importance to soul as such. But when Nyayikas talk about, they have to create a greater soul in the form of God, a supreme soul. Contradiction. अब ये भी infinite है, ये तो infinite नहीं हो सकती, तो इसको क्या कर दिया इन्होंने? Finite कहाँ तक, लेकिन अब infinite तो वो बोल के गए हैं, तो अब इसको कैसे करेंगे? Finite within or infinite within the body. So just the different ways of explaining it. Okay. So God is accepted as creator, sustainer and destroyer, who is impartial karma phaldata and never goes against the law of karma. Now when we say creator, it doesn't mean that he creates world from scratch. God is only the efficient creator. When he is said as operator, can he operate the world according to his own will? No, only according to the karma theory. And destroyer, can he destroy like randomly? No, only when the conditions are such created where he will. ये हम वैशेषिका में पढ़ेंगे, है ना? The theory of atomism and creation we will study in Vaisheshika, which is same in both. This is what now. So now again, their concept of God is not in line with their philosophy. And why is it so? Why is their concept of God not in line with their philosophy? Because the earlier philosophers gave philosophy only. It was not theistic in nature. It was, yes, they accepted an entity as God, but only to give momentum. But they did not give it much importance. But later Nyayikas introduced God into big format. They started talking about God as omnipotent, omniscient, perfect majesty, perfect glory, perfect beauty, perfect. इस सबसे सुंदर कौन? सबसे शक्तिशाली कौन? Because if you want people to pray, will it work if you say भगवान तो सिर्फ efficient cause है? Will people pray? No. So more pop, of course. मतलब there is this. Okay, there are two schools of philosophy, है ना? One tells you there is no God, है ना? Nobody comes to help you, and you are all alone. And these atoms make up the world. Second philosophy tells you there is a God who will come to help you, and whatever it is under his command. If he will want, he can transport you from this condition to that condition. He can change your karmas. He can give you the grace. Which one will be more popular? अच्छा, किसको कौन सी रियलिटी चाहिए बताओ ना? अच्छा, किस को फर्स्ट वाली चाहिए? अच्छा, किस को सेकंड वाली चाहिए? और बाकी हैं वो कह रहे चूज नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. फर्स्ट वन. So now most people will choose. You are philosophy and UPSC student ना. तुम लोग पहले ही वन वाले हो चुके हो. You are the limited lot. But most of people will choose the second one. So these popular forces were also there with these philosophical development. That is why they also succumbed. The Nyaya, etc. also succumbed to the pressures of popular demand that we want a God who can solve our. That is why. So if God cannot create the world from scratch, how is he infinite? He is just infinite in the manner that he can give power to the atoms so that they create each other. They join each other and form compound objects. This is only a word they have added. They don't mean it. Just as you talk to your friends and you say कि यार है ना, अपन जीवन भर साथ रहेंगे. Like this. Something like this. Can pure soul have any body? No. If the soul becomes completely pure, this means it is liberated. It has no zero, it has no karma, therefore it cannot be with body. Okay, come back. Oh, God is omniscient with the knowledge of past, present and future intuitively. According to Nyaya, individual self attains knowledge of reality through the grace of God. So Nyaya knew how will you get the knowledge for liberation? By the grace of. तुम बहुत सारी knowledge करोगे, फिर भक्ति करोगे, फिर एक दिन भगवान कहेगा तथास्तु. And in this tathastu you find liberation. Okay. So coming back, proofs of existence of God. Now these are proofs. Again, all these proofs are please, not paisa wala please. PLEAS. Please. To try, they are just efforts by Nyaya to prove that there is God. Now all of them will not make sense. Therefore, we will criticize these proofs. But because they have to prove it, they will give anything that comes to their rescue. Anything that can prove that there is a God. Okay. Number one. I think पीछे वाले detailed हैं, आगे वाले short form में हैं. तो हम detailed वाले ही पढ़ लेते हैं, है ना? Nyayikas give 10 arguments and the first 8 are mentioned by Udyanacharya. ये U है. यू है, वी नहीं है, यू है. In his book न्याय कुसुमांजलि, number 1 कार्यात or causal argument. Now this is the teleological argument also, or causal argument. It says that world is of the order. In the world there is a design. There are rains at the right time. The sun rises at the right time and sets at the right time. Everything works according to a design, a plan, a order. Then who is maintaining this order? There must be someone who's maintaining it. It's just like if you find a very intricate machinery, you immediately understand there must be someone who has caused it, someone who has created it, and the someone who is responsible for this kind of intricate machinery. Similarly, the world is intricate. It's so complex and working in perfect design and order. Therefore, there must be someone who has caused this and is operating it. Karyat, पढ़ लो. कुछ समझ नहीं आया तो पूछो. Cause, effect. This is the cause and this is the effect. Jagat is of the nature effect. या फिर Jagat is the effect. Cause is the material cause and efficient cause, that is God. Fine. Let's move to the second. Okay. Ayojnat. I will ask. Remember this. Ayojnat. So, atoms are unconscious. Now, if something is unconscious, can it come together to join each other? But now you see this table. It is made up of atoms. Our body made up of atoms. Now, this means there must be something which is giving force, power, or motion, a kind of, power for these atoms to come together and join. Who is giving it? पढ़ लो. Ma'am, but it may be possible everything is just playing their role and it just appears to us that world is in order. Yes, Mayank. So such statement will be made by people who will criticize Nyaya. It's not wrong, but it is a contrary argument. क्या हुआ? हो गया? Sure. Let's move ahead. क्या? Okay, Dhratadhe. So now, this world is operating, and now this world is operating. Therefore, it must be sustained by some force. There must be some constant thing that must be going along with this world, because it's constantly in action and it is constantly being sustained. Things are being constantly sustained by something. अगर कोई भी चीज है, हम उसे रखते हैं, तो कोई एक support चाहिए होता है. There must be some support. Now this world, all its processes must be sustained by something or somebody. Who is that who sustains it? God. Now, according to them, unintelligent atoms cannot sustain themselves. Things, the generic things cannot sustain themselves. Therefore, It is the will of God which sustains everything. So God gives the will, everything is operating. And if God will take out its will, everything will crumble and get dissociated into atoms. तो ये चीजें हैं, इनको सस्टेन करने में फोर्स दिया तो टुगेदर हो गई, लेकिन ये साथ में बनी रहे, इसके लिए भी तो कोई फोर्स चाहिए. So that force which keeps the things together. तो हमारा अयोजनाथ क्या हो गया? Initial motion. Things come together, but to stick also there must be some glue, there must be some support. That is धृतधेय. पढ़ लो. Adhrasht is the stock of karma. Stock of karma. So positive and negative karma together are called as adhrasht. Adhrasht means something which cannot be seen. Can you see can we see our own karmas, good and bad? No. This is something which we cannot see. This is adhrasht, the stockpile of karmas. नहीं, so ऑपरेशन किसी चीज को बनाए रखने के लिए, इवन अयोज सब चीजों के लिए भगवान को कर्मा की जरूरत पड़ेगी. किसकी बॉडी कैसी बनेगी, किस बात पे डिपेंड करेगा? कितने समय तक बनी रहेगी, बीमारी के साथ रहेगी या नहीं रहेगी? नो 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 नो, एब्सोल्युटली नॉट. Atoms are under the influence of karmas, but ultimate material basis or ultimate material reality is only atoms. So दोबारा बताओ, atoms किसने बताए थे? Who discovered atoms? Very good. Who talked about creation through atomism? Nyaya and Vaisheshika. चले आगे. Done. According to Nyaya, God is single or pluralistic? Nagaraj, God is one and infinite. First line of our notes. Vaisheshika class notes uploaded on Telegram. अच्छा, this is the information for you all. मैं इसको भी doubt की तरह पढ़ रही हूँ. Okay. Next, पदार्थ. पद मतलब क्या होता है? Sentence or word rather. पद मतलब word. Now, according to Nyaya, the word means a particular thing. So when I say pen, now this word means this particular thing. There is this potency in this word which you understand, and understand I'm talking about this. Now this power in words to express their object or to make us understand what we are talking about is being given by God. This means language is in itself given by God. तो words के अंदर जो ये power है to get associated with an object, it is given by God. So now Nyaya, Vaisheshika and even Mimamsa school somehow gives very much importance to Shabd Praman, and they talk about the power within word to express an object. समझ में आई बात? तो शब्द चीजों को बता पाए, ये पावर किसने दी है? गॉड ने. पढ़ लो. Yes, absolutely. So God is also not independent. Criticism of God, we will do it. It's the criticism of God. Very much acceptable criticism. Does Padat means that God gave us language? Yes, Sudhanshu, a little bit. So basically, not exactly the God gave us language, but yes, God gave the power in language to express it. So we understand that this is a cover, and this power in the word cover is given by God. In essence, if you apply it, basically it means, or it, by deduction, it means that God gave us language. A soul before attached to body have any type of knowledge? No. So soul without body in Nyaya philosophy has no feeling, no knowledge, no pain, no pleasure, no consciousness, no activity, nothing. It is just like any other substance with no qualities. Criticism. Absolutely, all of this is liable to criticism. अभी तो देखो कितना बढ़िया आएगा. 5th and 6th are so interesting. एक एक करके. नहीं, कब तक? In bondage, yes. After liberation, no. Till the time a person or a soul is in cycle of birth and death, the stockpile of karma, that is adrasht, will keep influencing it. But the moment the karma becomes zero, the influence is gone. That is why soul becomes free. Soul के through नहीं जाएगा. It's the overall law. So when gravity applies, does it apply to only one object? No, it applies to everything. So this adrasht is applicable to only one? No, it is applicable to everyone. But each on its according to its mass and shape and weight and everything. Similarly. So individual ने खुद क्या कर्म किए हैं वो उस पे अप्लाई होंगे. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. According to adrasht, atoms will be given power to, and they will form the body. So supposedly a person has done very bad karmas. The atoms will still accumulate. It will accumulate in the body of a donkey. And if a person has done very good karmas, the matter will accumulate and make them Aishwarya Rai or whatever. Who's the current heartthrobs going on? Still, हमारे टाइम पे भी वही था. हाँ. अरे, who are your favorite actors and actresses nowadays? अरे तो पापा के जमाने से चल रहे हैं. Shraddha Kapoor. Ma'am, should we write all the proofs? Yes, of course, you will have to write all the proofs. There is a question आता है सीधा. What are the proofs of God given by Nyaya? And we have to write only these proofs and the criticism of it. Khatam. Direct question and direct answer. Adha Sharma, we कौन है? Must be someone. Surya कौन है? No one favorite, only you are the role. शक्ति कपूर। अब इन बच्चों पे मुझे कोई विश्वास नहीं है। ऊपर तक तो मैं थोड़ी मोटिवेटेड थी, नीचे वाले बच्चों से वही पुराना वाला शक्ति कपूर। Yeah, you people don't have any favorite actors and actresses? Huh? Iron Man? Ah. रणबीर कपूर। कौन सी मूवी है? एनिमल। चैंडलर बिंग, oh he's gone ना। चैंडलर बिंग, yeah he's gone. Do you know why did he die? We don't know. Okay fine, come back. चलो आज भगवान के प्रूफ करें, आ जाओ वापस। And then God is the efficient God. So they come into Jagat, they go for suffering. They come into Jagat, they go for suffering. They get the potency for Adrash. So God kind of clarifies for suffering because God allowed. No, so God is only So God is only the efficient cause. Who are responsible for their sufferings? Individual souls or individual people. Because they are the one who's having an intention, they are the one who's doing an action, and they are the ones who are creating karmas, good or bad. Now whatever they have accumulated, those stockpile, that adrasht has been accumulated. Now God is only there to make sure that the person who has accumulated adrasht gets the consequences. Simple. First instance of accumulation is not being wrong. That is always beginningless ignorance. Fine. No, God cannot change. God cannot turn bad karma into good consequence. They cannot do it according to Nyaya philosophy. If a person has cheated, they will be getting punished or they will be cheated. But simple. Next, pratyatah and shrutah. दोनों को हम एक साथ समझेंगे. Pratyatah, God is the author of infallible Vedas. Who has written Vedas? God. Shrutah, God exists because Vedas talk about it. You know what is the criticism? Circular fallacy. Yes. कैसे? ये कब करेंगे? डिफेंस नहीं, हाँ, लेकिन पहले क्रिटिसिज्म करेंगे फिर इसका डिफेंस करेंगे. ओके, सो वाक्यात. So in Vedas there are various divine commands. They say in Vedas there are divine commands. Divine commands means that Vedas talk about that if you do, if you kill somebody, you will be, fried in the pan, oil after your death. तो ये बात किसी आम आदमी को पता हो सकती है कि इस कर्म से क्या होगा? Can a normal person, can a limited finite person know what karma will lead to what kind of treatment or result or consequence? Can a normal person know? No. Now this knowledge, this divine knowledge, which is written in Vedic injunctions or Vedic texts, is written by whom? And can be known only by God. भगवान को पता होगा तभी तो लिखा ना ये सब डिवाइन चीजें उन्होंने. पढ़ लो. Divine injunction, yes. अरे योगज becomes liberated ना. So basically, who is deciding what karma will lead to what? Moral promulgator, है ना? Who is deciding the moral law? Something like legislature. बिल्कुल. हाँ, of course. So all these arguments are very much open to criticism. Yes, very well. So eighth is Sankhya Visheshat. Now, according to Nyaya philosophy, number one, ये maths में भी है ना? This is something in maths also. So according to maths, actually there is only one figure or one numerical entity, that is 1. All other are only conceptual in nature. Reality किसकी है? सिर्फ एक की. क्योंकि अगर आपने 2 लिखा तो वो क्या है? 1 + 1. आपने 5 भी लिखा तो वो क्या है? 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 हो गया +1. So this means all the numbers apart from 1 are only concepts which is based on 1. Now this power of the concepts, this power, the conceptual power which has created this maths, the conceptual power which has created this maths, के एक को जोड़ के हम 2 बना सकते हैं. This comes from God. So the God is the basis of all maths. Yes. But mathematical in nature, symbolism basically. डायाड. अच्छा, यहाँ पे लिखा है क्या डायाड? Okay. So one atom plus one atom creates a dyad. That is the 2 atoms together. One or plus one more atom creates the triad. That is the 3 atoms. So we cannot perceive a single atom. According to Nyaya Vaisheshika, we cannot perceive a single atom. It is imperceptible. After it becomes a triad, only then it will ever be perceptible. Do you know? Have you studied about leptons? No? पता है? Some people say that it is made up of 3 forces. It can still be broken up. Simple. Forces. Some people talk about forces. Some people talk about further some more smaller particles. Scientific atom is not equal to the atom or परमाणु of वैशेषिका. समझ में आती है बात? Because the परमाणु of वैशेषिका is still smaller. It is the fundamental element which cannot be broken further. It is partless. So atom of Vaisheshika is partless, whereas atom of science is having parts. We have broken it. बना लिया ना इलेक्ट्रॉन न्यूट्रॉन प्रोटॉन, and those electron neutron protons are still breakable. This means that if science ever reaches a last point, that is the Pramanu of Vaisheshika. And according to them, single atom is imperceptible, only the triad can ever be perceived. Okay, पढ़ लिया? According to Nyaya Vaisheshika, the magnitude of dyad not produced by the infinitesimal magnitude of 2 atoms each, but by the number of 2 atoms. Acha, basically, it is talking about that the magnitude is not formed by it is the number 2 which is there. So one atom plus another atom, that gives it a meaning. We add another atom, triad, and that gives it its magnitude. And once it achieves a particular magnitude, it will become perceptible. So जो इसका magnitude है, वो किसी और चीज से नहीं आता, वो इसके नंबर बढ़ने से आता है, क्योंकि it is partless. Atoms are partless. मैं लिखवा देती हूँ, लिख लो. चाहो तो इसे काट ही दो, ये बड़ी कंफ्यूजिंग सा लिख दिया इन लोगों ने ना. इसमें वैसे एटम्स को जोड़ने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. बस number 1 is directly perceived, but other members are conceptual creations. These numerical conceptions depend on the divine consciousness. Therefore, God must exist. Simple. Just cut this first line. Because the atoms and they're coming together, we will do in Vaisheshika when we will do atomistic creation theory. Fine? Okay. 9th, Adrasht or Adrashtarth. Adrashtarth, basically, the stock of merits and demerits is known as Adrashtarth or Adrasht. Now, this stock is unconscious. How will an unconscious entity know that kisko kaun se karm dene hain? Therefore, who must help? God. God must guide the Adrasht. इसने अच्छे कर्म करें, इसको अच्छा फल दो. Basically, the programming of the machinery is Adrasht, but the programming कि कौन सी चीज कहाँ जाएगी must be done by someone intelligent, someone conscious, and that is God. My God. Okay. क्या? Chitragupta. Okay. Now, how will you remember these? Keywords. हाँ, mnemonic बनाओ. CAD. KAD, CAD. Then PPSU. PPS बनते हैं ना? PPS क्या होता है? Prelims practice series लो. PPS and VSA. अब बेसिकली तुम्हें जो निमोनिक बनाना बना लो अपने अपने, लेकिन ये याद कैसे होगा? निमोनिक्स. And sequence should not change. Because, if you change the sequence, it will be difficult. Because when you will write your, when you will write your criticism, you will say कि वो 5th 6th में ऐसा है ना? वरना आपको हर बार पूरे लिखने पड़ेंगे. No clubbing. So moral commands are given by God. What is right? What is wrong? What is pap? What is punya? Who decides it? God. No. 9 is sorting problem. This person did good. ये इधर जाएगा, ये इधर जाएगा. ऐसा सुना है ना कि कभी गलती से यमराज किसी और को ले गए. ये प्रॉब्लम्स ना हो. Simple. So Adrash is the stockpile. Adrashtat is the argument. Nine. First, no. Simply write 9 arguments. ये सब काटो. कुछ नहीं है ये. Complex करने के तरीके हैं. 9 arguments only. Question is never asked in this detail. Question is directly asked. What are the arguments on which Nyaya has proved God? Directly 9. यही याद रख लो. बहुत बड़ी बात है. पहले 10 बताएं, फिर वो 8 बताएं, फिर 2 कटवाओ. कंफ्यूजन में तुम कुछ और कुछ भी लिखा होगे. Okay, similar arguments were also given by Descartes in Western philosophy, which were criticized by Kant. When we will do Western philosophy, you will understand, and the people who have done Western philosophy, they already know. Yeah. Revise. Okay. Criticism. Now criticize. Now tell me what is wrong with all these arguments. अलग बिठा दूं तीनों को. ये तुम लोग इतनी बातें क्यों कर रहे हो? क्या हो गया फिलोसफी क्लास को? जब से दिवाली की छुट्टियों की अनाउंसमेंट हुई है, पागल हो गए हैं बच्चे. Excitement is not under control. Holidays will start after 11. Okay, on 11. Fine. On 11 till 15th, okay? But till 11th, you must be serious. ठीक है? Don't waste time till then, so that those 5 days you can prepare for a test on 16th. Utilization of time, no. Okay, come back. देखो idea is, देखो दिवाली असली कब बनेगी? हाँ. So जब राजा राम जीत कर वापस आते हैं तो असली दिए तब जलाए जाते हैं. Isn't it? This means the real Diwali will be after selection. But if you enjoy at every Diwali, will you enjoy at that Diwali? No, I'm not saying you don't enjoy. But keep something, keep continue. Don't have that too much Diwali break. वरना क्या होता है, 5 दिन दिवाली होती है, फिर उसके बाद हैंगओवर होता है अगले 3 दिन, है ना. हैंगओवर इन द सेंस यू कीप इन दैट, वहां गए थे, मजे किए थे, घर पे पकौड़े खाए थे. पटाखे तो नहीं फोड़ते ना तुम लोग? Bad people. चलो. Now we all know the criticism. 4th and 5th argument are circular fallacy. You people told me on the basis of Vedas they are explaining God, and on the basis of God they are explaining Vedas. फिफ्थ एंड सिक्स, ये ठीक कर लो फिर। लेकिन इसका रिप्लाई क्या करेंगे न्यायिकाज? दैट इन द ऑर्डर ऑफ एग्जिस्टेंस गॉड इज बिफोर वेदास, बट इन द ऑर्डर ऑफ नॉलेज पहले हमें वेदास पता चलते हैं और वहां से हमें गॉड पता चलता है. So both of these arguments are not contradictory. In the order of existence, God is first because God creates Vedas. But for us, our knowledge, the order of knowledge is first we learn Vedas and then we get to know about God. ठीक है? Second, if God has created this world, then he should have a body just as a potter, not porter, potter creates pot through his bodily actions. Nyaya has not accepted body for God. Therefore, God cannot be the creator of this world. Now they say for creating the pot, घड़ा बनाने के लिए, for creating the pot, a potter must use his hands. He must create something. He must use his bodily actions to create the pot. Therefore, God who has created this world must have a body, must have used some bodily actions, but there is no body with God according to Nyaya philosophy. तो न्याय क्या डिफेंस करेंगे? Human finite people need bodily actions. For God it is only will. जा हो जा. Kun faya kun. You know kun faya kun? Okay. So the God says जा हो जा. मतलब kun faya kun. So be it basically, है ना? Creation. और सब कुछ अपने आप create हो जाता. So God doesn't require bodily actions, but only the will, just the thought, and everything gets created. ठीक है? पढ़ लो.
In order to exist, God is prayer or world is possible?
God.
So, ma'am, world is also eternal, God is also eternal.
World is. Did we ever say world is eternal? You are imagining? Atoms are eternal.
Space and time.
All of these are eternal. So God uses all of these to create Jagat as efficient cause. All the things, 9 things used by God to create the Jagat. Okay. ठीक है? Third criticism. If God is creating this world, world तो भगवान से बनता है ना? Okay. So in the world, in there are how many entities? How many eternal entities? Atoms, how many types? रुको यार, सीक्वेंस गड़बड़ हो गई. ठीक है? प्लस ये वैसे मैं बना चुकी हूँ अभी. We will not call it material cause, है ना? Because तुम material से तुम लोग atom से confuse करने लगोगे. But this is the raw material. ऐसे समझ लो. मतलब this is the all these eternal entities are there. All of these eternal entities are present always. Nobody can create them. Nobody can destroy them. Nobody can create souls. Nobody can destroy souls. Nobody can create atoms. Nobody can destroy atoms. Nobody can create space, time, manas, ether. They are already there. And how many souls? Infinite souls. How many manas? Infinite. How many atoms? Infinite. Of course, these three are 1, 1. Right? Now these plus God as efficient cause. So what does God do? God takes the rule book. What is the rule book? Adrasht is the rule book. God takes the rule book and starts. Lego देखा है Lego? अरे यार वो blocks अब young kids Lego होता है क्या सर? Lego मुझे नहीं पता यार, है ना? Lego. So people, so just like that, God takes the rule book and start building the Jagat. And with these things, God only as the power, the source, the sustainer, with the influence of Adrasht, creates the. So Jagat is created. And the moment God withdraws the will, the Jagat is destroyed and everything comes back to its original nature. That is these eternal entities. Everything will break down. Understood?
What did God to create Jagat?
हाँ?
What did God to save Jagat?
हाँ, वही हम criticize करने वाले हैं. Just the next point. Only if you had patience. God has created this world. Then there should be some purpose. But anyone or anything that has purpose is imperfect. This means God is not. But they have described God as. देखो, having any purpose means having any desire. इसको भी तुम लोग चार्ट फॉर्मेट में बना लो, मुझे समझ में आ गया. Having any purpose means there is some desire. If somebody has desire, therefore there must be something lacking. किस चीज की desire है? कुछ कम है तभी तो desire है ना? There is some lacking. Some lacking means imperfect. Therefore, God should be imperfect. But Nyaya is saying that he is perfect. But if he had any purpose to create the Jagat, therefore he must be imperfect. Second, the third criticism. Fine. Fourth, आप पढ़ लो. This is very basic. Manas is the internal sense organ. They have accepted it as a separate reality. But we don't have to go much deeper into it.
External body.
बिल्कुल इस दिशा में नहीं जाना. Yes. Never ever. Okay. What is the difference between ether, space? All of this we will study in Vaisheshika. अगर ये सब यहीं पढ़ लोगे तो वैशेषिका में क्या करेंगे? उसका सिलेबस ही यही है ना? We will do all this in Vaisheshika, Mayank. Fine, हो गया? Fourth is complete. All of these are also eternal. God is also eternal, है ना? So the conception of Nyaya is very limited. Next, even if God is considered as efficient cause, he is limited by the law of karma, therefore, and cannot violate, and has to work according to Adrasht. Therefore, Nyaya's God is neither the material cause nor completely the efficient cause of the world. It is highly unsatisfactory condition for God. Sixth, God is said to possess 6 perfections or qualities, but liberation means freedom from qualities. Therefore, by this logic, God is eternally bound. Problematic? Yes. Vedantins like Shankar, Ramanuj, Madhav, and Nimbark have rejected arguments for God, as existence of God cannot be proved by reason. Therefore, they depend on intuition of Shruti as proofs. Basically, they are saying God कोई proof कर ही नहीं सकता. Is it a thing that needs proofs? No. It is a thing that can only be realized. You can only have this intuition. So you can hear about it, and later on when you meditate, you will have the realization or intuition about it. Simple. हो गया? और इसका नोट भी है. In Western philosophy, Kant was forced to destroy reason in order to make room for faith. जिन्होंने पढ़ लिया है उनको तो पता है what we are talking about. Okay. In Indian philosophy, Vedantins were found to destroy reason to make room for faith. जब हम वेदा पढ़ेंगे तब क्लियर हो जाएगा. ठीक है? जब हम वेस्टर्न पढ़ेंगे तब आ जाएगा. तब हम किसका एग्जाम्पल देंगे? ठीक है. असत्कार्यवाद. Last topic of Nyaya. What does asatkaryavad means? Effect does not contain in cause. Effect is the new beginning. So from this, so पहले conceptually समझ लेते हैं, है ना? Why is it a new beginning? So there are various eternal realities, atoms and souls and etc. etc. Now, according to karma, these things, these atoms come together to form table. But is table already contained in atom? No. It was only due to karma it formed. So nothing is actually contained in anything. So effect is not contained in cause. Every effect is a new beginning based on karmas. Because if table is already contained, then will karmas be of any use? No. To have use for karmas, there is required that they believe in asat karyavad. Asat karyavad means that effect does not contain in cause. Every effect is a new beginning. New beginning means ekdam naya. New. Nothing is dependent on anything for its existence. ये ऐसा नहीं है कि आरंभवाद. Yes, it is also known as आरंभवाद. Yes, कह सकते हैं. मतलब it is like everything fits in. Everything fits in. So supposedly तुम आ रहे थे, लेकिन कर्मों में लिखी थी ठोकर खानी, तो तुरंत वहां पे ये टेबल या पत्थर. So basically everything we see around us, even the material objects, are compilation or compound of Jainism. नहीं है ये. Is the compilation or compound of atoms. And now these atoms compile because they have to serve some purpose. For whom? For that soul. यहाँ पे जितनी मटेरियल चीजें हमारे किसी ना किसी यूज के लिए है ना, ऐसे समझो. So all the material things that you have are basically made up of atoms. Now these material things are important or have value only if they are being used by you. आपके पास कोई चीज है क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं your good karmas wanted you to have those things. Those material things can serve a purpose for you. Whereas if you don't have certain material things, it is because of the karmas, because you did not earn the karmas to have them. Simple. So even the material things around us are just the, and is under the influence of karma theory. All the atoms are under the influence of Adrasht. It's not about one person. So supposedly, this table is serving the purpose. Is it just serving the purpose for me? No, it is serving the purpose for all of you also. It is serving the purpose after the class. Maybe someone sits on it and have tea. Somebody keeps books. So this table is being served by many people. It is being helped. This means that this serves the kind of a particular role, howsoever insignificant, because of some. Okay. ये सब कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी अपने आप नहीं क्रिएट करनी, ये सब न्याय ने नहीं कहा, हम उसको नहीं लिखेंगे, बोलेंगे और समझेंगे, नहीं समझेंगे, क्योंकि if you will have it in your mind, somewhere or the other you will put it in your copy, and the moment you put it, 10 things you wrote right, one thing you wrote, it's better not to write than to write wrong. Don't write. If you don't know, write generic things which you know. Nobody can, term it as wrong. But don't write intricate, deep things if you don't know them. Never. Okay? Okay. So let us read. We all know these arguments. So At-Satkaravad is the theory of causation accepted by Nyaya Vaisheshika, where effect does not pre-exist in cause. Effect is considered a new creation. Therefore, also known as Arambhavad arguments. If effect pre-exists in cause, then why is it said to be produced? वही सांख्य वाले है ना, पढ़ लेना आप लोग, सांख्य वाले ही arguments है, same. We have done these arguments. Even if you don't remember it right now, we have done it. Now I will just explain these 3 causes. है ना? It's very simple. The 3 causes. वैसे भी ये भी बहुत सिंपल है, आप पढ़ सकते हो. First is samvay or material cause or inherent cause. The substance, everything is made up of, like atoms. Just as pot is made up of clay, a material cause. So what is clay for pot? Material cause. That material cause is samvay cause. हमारे केस में क्या हो जाएगा वो? Atoms, all these eternal things. ठीक है? If samvay cause is removed, the thing itself get destroyed. It is always present in the effect. Always present. Samvay cause is always present. So clay is always present in pot. This world always has atoms within it. There are souls, there is ether, there is space, all always present in it. Samvay cause. Second is asamvay or non-inherent cause. Example, conjunction of threads. Basically, इनके अलावा, इन 9 eternal entities के अलावा बाकी सारी चीजें क्या हो गई? Not mixture. Asamvay cause. Like the atoms coming together to form table, atoms coming together to form fan or some other thing, some board. Now these things are also these forces that are causing it, the conjunction, the coming together. This is also a cause of Jagat, but this is not something which is on which things are completely dependent. अगर टेबल में नहीं जुड़ेंगे तो चेयर में जुड़ जाएंगे, चेयर में नहीं जुड़ेंगे तो फैन में जुड़ जाएंगी. So all other things apart from substance means material cause, and efficient cause. All other things are asamvayi or non-inherent cause. It is always a quality or action. Quality means ये है तो white. Action means if there whatever is having, ये सब है ना action quality, ये हम वैशेषिका में करेंगे, ये आपको बेसिकली तब समझ में आएगा. अभी सिर्फ इसे पढ़ लो. मंडे को हम लोग वैशेषिका करेंगे. It will be clear. Just read it back then. ठीक है. Example, conjunction of thread is the non-material cause of the cloth, or color of the thread is the non-incidental cause of the color of cloth. ये समझ में आ जाएगा. Just wait for the वैशेषिका part. No. It is not saying के effect इसमें contained है, लेकिन cause तो हो है ना effect में. Clay तो pot में है, pot clay में नहीं है. सोचो, ड्रॉ करके देखो. ड्रॉ है आगे समझ. हाउ इंटेलिजेंट. अच्छा, निमित्त कारण और एफिशिएंट कॉज. बेसिकली भगवान है ना. पॉटर फॉर पॉट, गॉड फॉर जगत. एक बार पढ़ लो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ कॉज. पढ़ लो. देयर इज नथिंग वेरी रॉकेट साइंसी अबाउट इट. Cause is always incident to. हम किस चीज को cause बोलेंगे? It is basically what are the characteristics of a cause. Cause is always previous to the effect. First. Secondly, cause invariably antecedent to the effect, that is constant. Example, before rains, there may be number of activities like dark clouds, dancing of peacock, cooing of birds. Out of these, dark clouds are invariably present. Therefore, only clouds can be accepted as cause of rain. So, number of things can happen before rain. ऐसा सुना है? birds की बहुत चरचराहट आ रही है, बारिश होगी. पीकॉक्स नाच रहे हैं, बारिश होगी. मेंढक क्या करते हैं? मेंढक टर्टर कर रहे हैं, बारिश होगी. All of these are there, but the most invariably associated, that is dark clouds. Dark clouds must be there invariably. ऐसा हो सकता है कि कभी पीकॉक नहीं है तो पीकॉक नहीं टटर आ रहे, सॉरी मेंढक नहीं है तो मेंढक नहीं टटर आ रहे, और पीकॉक नहीं है तो नहीं नाच रहे, बट बारिश हो रही. But without dark clouds, there cannot be rain. So cause should be invariably associated. Fine. Third, cause and effect should have immediate connection. ऐसा नहीं कि बीच में एक थर्ड पार्टी भी इन्वॉल्व हो. Cause, third party, and then effect. No. Cause and effect are always immediate. Cause से सीधा effect आना चाहिए. Next, cause is अन्यथा सिद्ध. This दो ये आ जाएगा. ये हम लोग वैशेषिका में करेंगे, या फिर चाहो तो पढ़ लो. वैसे इसमें कुछ खास है नहीं. बेसिकली देयर आर, ये भी वही वाला ही एग्जांपल है. देयर आर न्यूमरस causes which are present, but they are not directly influencing the effect. जैसे कि एग्जाम्पल है, अगर एक पॉटर है, now for creating the pot, what are the essential causes required? Clay is definitely required. What else is required? Potter, हाँ, व्हील, वाटर, ये सब मटीरियल कॉज में ही आ गया. यहाँ पे क्ले, व्हील, ये सब चीजें इसमें आ गया. बट नाउ इज द color of potter, is it the direct cause? Will you count it as a cause? No. The donkey which brings the clay, उसको हम cause मानेंगे या नहीं मानेंगे? वो अपने कंधे पे लाए, donkey पे लाए, does it matter? This means it cannot be the cause. Similarly, the father of potter, not the direct cause, because वो श्यामलाल के यहाँ पैदा हो या रामलाल के यहाँ पैदा हो, does it matter? No. So those things, so we cannot go till infinity to find causes. We have to find causes which are directly responsible. पढ़ लेते हैं. Cause is अन्यथा सिद्धि शून्य नहीं है, ये है ना. बेसिकली देखो, इसका एक आसान टर्म है, ये मैं आपको लिखवा दूंगी बाद में, है ना. जस्ट रिमाइंड मी on Monday. Those causes which may be present before effect but are not necessary for the production of effect. Example, color of the wheel of potter, cause of the cause like father of potter, associated cause like loud noises that may be associated with the production of pot, eternal and all pervading substances like space, time, ether, etc. ये भी directly नहीं है responsible. Then any other cause which is not essential. Example, the donkey of potter. All of these are not immediate causes. Therefore, we will not, अगर हमें कभी कोई पूछे, what is the cause of pot? You will not say donkey. You will say material and efficient. That is potter. हाँ, clay and potter. Okay. Immediacy is a philosophical concept related to time and temporal perspective, both visual and cognitive. ये बेसिकली एक अच्छी सी बुक के अंदर लिखा हुआ था, मुझे अच्छा लगा इसलिए मैंने डाल दिया, पढ़ लो. कॉम्प्लेक्स इंग्लिश है. ये सब एसए के लिए. ऑल ऑफ दिस इज जस्ट हाँ. वो देखो, जो नीड है वो अपने आप के अंदर एफिशिएंट कॉज को गवर्न कर रही है ना, पर्पस में आ गया वो. that will be counted under efficient effect. With this, Nyaya is over. वैशिष्टता तो आसान है. न्याय क्या है? Okay, let us meet on Monday. For Western, let us complete this Saturday, है ना? Tomorrow, very interesting topic. Existentialism, Sartre and Heidegger. कल थोड़ा सा extended class ले ले? चलेगा? थोड़ा जल्दी आ सकते हो क्या आप लोग? अच्छा, ज्योग्राफी का लेक्चर है? नहीं, सेम टाइम. अरे वो मेरे बच्चे हैं यार, सेम टाइम. किसी और के होते तो मैं कह देती कि नहीं आना पड़ेगा.